Okay, sorry, this is Michael here. I was going to get to you last night, get this video posted, but I didn't get around to it, so it's today. Here's one of these evergleam revolving stands, and I'm going to show you what I did, the process to convert this over where you don't have to have the old-fashioned light bulb no more with the heat and worry about having it on a real level surface and the point of the needle being real sharp. It can be converted over and motorized, and you can do an LED bulb in there and it would be freaking fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this first. Okay, so what we're going to need for this process is one of these, 2.5 to 4 revolutions a minute, 110, 120 volt motor, synchronous motor. You usually get them on Amazon, and they come with these little brass fittings that fit over it. All this stuff I got on top is just extra stuff. This is like a metric 4 threaded stud by 35 millimeter. I just used some metric 4 square nuts to act as a jam nut. And then, of course, some metric 4 wing nuts for the top. And, you can get a standard washer, that metric 4 washer or metric 5, whatever. It'll do the same thing. But you have to do a little customization. So I'm going to go ahead and undo this here. Undo my little wing nut. Okay. And this is just a washer. And let's see here. On the top of this, you may have to just kind of hollow it out, drill it out, make it where it's wide enough so the shaft will go through it. But we'll set this aside. Okay. Basically what I did here is I took the motor, and you see these little tabs on the side? You can custom bend them over and then use your original bracket here and make you some mounts. Bend them to the correct angle where it sets up there, and then use some little metric 3, metric 4 nuts and bolts. Okay? What I did is I put a washer on the shaft right here to act as a stop, a platform for this to set on. You want it to be, about a height inch, 3/4 of an inch roughly to an inch above the top of this. So I took that off. Basically, this little piece right here is a coupler. You can find them, it just slides over to act as a spacer. It doesn't have to be threaded, or it can be threaded. Either way, as long as there's enough clearance, it slides over. It's a spacer to raise this on top of the little washer. Okay. This is your metric 4 jam nut, and of course this is your metric 4 threaded rod that goes into this. If I remember right, these brass fittings that come with these motors are metric 3. So you have to just take a tap and die and thread it out a little bit bigger. Or you can usually take a metric 4 and twist it in there, and it'll rethread it to bigger size. So that's basically it. You just wire it in to your power source down here off of where the light bulb wire comes in. You splice into that and use 2 wire caps, or you can use those heat shrink things and just connect one wire into one side and one wire into the other side and wire it into the power here, and then you can keep your original socket and everything else. But it's very simple like that. The only thing you have to do is just custom bend those tabs and maybe drill you a few holes, you know, and position it to where you need it to be. And then this acts as a support, holds your motor. That's all there is to it. So like, we'll put this back together. I'll put my little spacer. You could even use a nylon spacer. This is just a little aluminum spacer that's like metric 5 that slides right over that stud. And then put you a little platform washer on there. And then you just set this back up on top of there. And then get it centered. And then put your little wing nut back on. I'll get it going here. There we go. And just kind of center it like that. And then plug it in. And then voila. You got a rotating stand. Don't need the heat no more. So that's all you got to do. Is one of these motors. These they sell them in packs of groups of 3 on Amazon. Metric 4 studded rod. A metric 4 square nut to act as a stop nut, or a metric 5 hexagonal nut would work too. And then a washer for the top, and a washer for underneath to act as a platform, and then a metric 4 wing nut. Simple as that. Then you'll be converted over. Thanks for watching and have a great day.